DeleteLawZ civil trial delayed, blames PTSD. Thursday's court hearings in Chille DeCastro's ongoing lawsuit against members of the supposed Masshole Troll Mafia was delayed on Thursday due to late filings by DeCastro and a request by the defense for more time to respond to new allegations by the aging YouTuber personality. After months of ignoring his ongoing California Superior Court-based lawsuit against Michael Blue Bacon Piratini, Chille DeCastro filed over 100 pages of documents filled with gibberish at 8 p.m. Pacific Time Wednesday night, a little over 12 hours before the hearings set for Thursday. While his attorney, Stephen T. Jeblin, assured the judge in the case that DeCastro was fully compliant in the case with all outstanding discovery requests, he couldn't get around the fact that DeCastro's responses were over a year late in some cases, were incomplete, were often incoherent, and were filed literally at the 11th hour before the next hearings in the case. To say DeCastro's responses were bizarre was an understatement. At one point, DeCastro claimed his dog Charlie couldn't speak English, but if he could, he'd call the alleged communist and member of the Osmond family Piratini a parasite on society. At other times, DeCastro directly addressed Judge H. J. Ford III, informing him that the lawsuit doesn't matter, and Ford's rulings don't matter as should he lose the case, he was simply going to refile the lawsuit against Piratini until such time as the truth comes out. DeCastro eventually would blame his previous refusal to answer discovery requests, without providing a diagnosis backed by a doctor, that he had been suffering from PTSD after being wrongly incarcerated in Nevada last year. The YouTube personality recently expounded that he was having nightmares about large groups of people performing anal examinations on him based on his time in jail. Unfortunately for DeCastro, he has recently claimed that his PTSD was cured at Thanksgiving of 2024, where he had a breakthrough and was no longer stressing out over this time in jail. Also strangely lacking in the 87 pages of discovery responses are screenshots to prove that Piratini committed the crimes that DeCastro alleges. The documents refer to said screenshots, lay claim to proving DeCastro's case with said screenshots, but do not, in fact, contain screenshots of anything DeCastro has described. DeCastro wrote. In the Discord, Michael Piratini, representing himself as Blue Bacon, certainly stated that he had knowledge of who stole my van, but he just wasn't saying. I have the screenshots from the Discord now. Again, I have not been given the proper consideration to admit the evidence. First, when I was representing myself, I didn't understand the process. Because I didn't understand the process, this judge admonished me and pretty much demanded that I get an attorney. Then when I did get an attorney, the judge isn't allowing me to submit the evidence and simply dismiss the claims of stalking and harassment. However, the truth comes out as I submit evidence in my claim of right to publicity where Michael Piratini is in the comment section referring to this exact scenario. However, I have not been allowed to process. Second, after being wrongfully incarcerated and exonerated, I have not been given the proper consideration to submit the evidence. The Honorable J. Ford has allowed multiple things to happen when I was in jail and then didn't give me the proper time to recuperate after being wrongfully incarcerated and then exonerated. The Honorable Judge, J. Ford has not given me the proper consideration. The vast majority of DeCastro's case against Piratini did not survive a motion for summary judgment last year. The last remaining claim, dealing with if DeCastro was a public figure at the time of Piratini's alleged misdeeds against DeCastro. DeCastro's mix of gibberish and excuses resulted in a demand for either a dismissal of the case or a delay in the proceedings from Piratini's attorney. Judge H. J. Ford III ultimately gave the defense until January 31, 2025, to respond to the late filings by DeCastro. He also canceled the final status conference scheduled for February 10, along with the jury trial scheduled for February 24, 2025. He has set a hearing on motion for sanctions on February 21, 2025, along with a trial-setting conference for the same date. DeCastro has not commented on the delay he caused by his late filings as of press time.